Hey YouTube, I'm continuing on from the unboxing video of the MD-40 mag drill. I'm running some tests this time to actually see how it performs. The initial idea was to wait until I had some coolant, but life got in the way of that and the first test is run without coolant because I just couldn't wait any longer. I hope you enjoy. I don't have any cutting oil and it's too late in the day to go out and get some, but I've decided I wanted to test one hole anyway. I'm going to drill one hole without any cutting oil. I know this will shorten the life of the bit slightly, but it's only one hole and yeah, I just can't wait. I'm lining it up very carefully in the drill, lining up the centre guide with the pilot hole that I've got drilled in the piece that I want to cut. I got it pretty perfect, I believe. So now there's nothing left to it but to do it. The drill cut easily enough. I didn't need to put any excessive force on it. But look at the chips coming out. They're tiny. They're just tiny little flakes of metal. None of the long tangled swath that I expected from other videos that I've seen on YouTube. So this didn't seem quite right at this point. By the way, this is a 38mm hole that I'm cutting, 38.1mm. That's 1.5 inches for our friends across the Pacific. And that's at the top end of what this drill is supposed to handle. It's supposed to go up 40mm, which is just slightly over 1.5 inches. Yeah, got my doubts about that now. It could be the lack of cutting oil, of course. I'll have to try cutting another hole this size as soon as I can get some cutting oil and see how that one goes. The core proved just as hard to extract from the cutter as it has in every other YouTube video that I've seen. Seems to be a function of that, and it's more the fault of the cutter than it is the drill. And I should also point out this cutter is one that didn't come with the drill. I bought this cutter separately. It's 38.1mm, and the drill only comes with cutters up to 27mm. I've got a theory on why that is as well, which I'll explain a little bit later. I ran a set of calipers over the hole just to check it, and the dimensions were perfect. But again, that's pretty much a function of the cutter rather than the drill. The interior of the hole is nice and smooth, but the chips, those tiny little flakes of metal chips, are an anomaly that I don't quite understand yet. A little bit more research on this drill and mag drills in general is called for, I think. Just zooming in here for a closer look, first thing to note is that in spite of all the care and attention I paid to getting the pin lined up with the pilot hole in the piece that I was about to drill, that pilot hole is off centre in the core. So for some reason the drill didn't drill exactly where I thought it would. I'll have to give that a bit more thought and figure out why. I did take a lot of care in lining it up. I'm quite certain I did it correctly. Now let's zoom in and have a close look at these chips. They're just tiny little flakes of metal. They look nothing like the long tangled swath that I see coming off mag drills in other YouTube videos. Something's not quite right there. I don't think I would have wanted to put any more pressure down on the cutting on it. Didn't have a great deal of pressure on it, but going by other drills I've used, it seemed like it would be about right. I'll do a little bit more research. I'll come back tomorrow and with some cutting oil and I'll try it again and see how that goes. Well, it's another day and I've got some soluble cutting oil to use with this. It's not adjusted properly, but it's throwing plenty of fluid through to keep it cool, so we'll let it go at that, give it a try and see if we can do any better. We'll see how this one cuts then. I'd have to say I'm very unimpressed with that. Because the swath wasn't coming off in the bird's nest I expected, I increased the pressure on the drill in an effort to make the cutter cut like a little bit deeper in the hopes that that would produce the bird's nest. It didn't. All it did manage to do was to release a little bit of the magic smoke out of the motor. So, less than impressed with that. Motor's still fine, but it did start to overheat. I backed up as soon as I saw that. It was right at the end where it jammed on the cut through the plate. I don't think I've done any real damage to it, but it's a bit disappointing. There's no way that this drill is going to support a 40mm bit, in my opinion. That was not a lot of pressure on that to stop this bloody thing from running. Oh, come on. Yeah, let's start it up again and see if it can finish the job that it started. Don't tell me we went off centre on the hole. We did too. So the magnet couldn't even hold the hole straight. Put a clamp on this to hold him. I should have done that in the first place. Now why aren't we going down in there? What is wrong? Oh shit, these things are coming out. I think you wouldn't believe. At this point in the review, I'd have to say I'm very unimpressed with this as a usable unit, but I'll persevere with it for a little while. It could be some of my technique. I haven't used a mag drill before. I'll continue to use it through a few more holes before I pass my judgment. Okay, here we go again. Well, surprisingly, right at the end there, she started to cut like I expected it to. Not sure what that was about. I think I'll have to reserve judgment until I've tried drilling a few more holes. This leak here in the cooling system is my fault. When I put it together, I could see they were a bit light on the plumber's tape that they had wrapped around it, but I thought it might have done the trick. I should realise by now that the Chinese manufacture is a bit rough, and even the threads are pretty rough, so they need a bit of extra plumber's tape to seal them up. I'll pick that up later. Got to get the plug's not coming out, but that's not the fault of the drill, but that is. That's where the vibration was coming from. I'll zoom in here and see if I can give you a look at what's happening. Hopefully these screws here that attach this silver piece to the red piece must be loose, because look at that. And that's where all that vibration I saw before was coming from. It's either been extremely poorly assembled or someone's had it apart. Not sure which. Buying things from China is a bit of a chance. Some of us get gold and the rest get lemons. But this one may be alright. It may end up being gold once I get the bugs ironed out, tighten up the screws that haven't been done up properly, etc, etc. As usual, I'm pretty unimpressed with the quality of Chinese goods, but with a little bit of effort sometimes they can be fine, and they certainly are cheap.
See about getting this other plug out of here. Now I have to see about tightening that up. Teeth are still sharp and don't really show any signs of overheating. The fact that it wasn't cutting right, more down to this drill than it is to the cutter. Pretty annoyed at the moment, if you can see that. There we go, up here. Can we get a focus on that up here? Doesn't look like it. Go back closer and see if we can get it focused down here. That hole isn't in the centre of these, and I did have the thing aligned properly when I started. I think that's far enough out to have ruined the parts for me. Tighten this up and see what happens.
I didn't specifically check it, but I didn't notice it being loose when I started. However, it could have been a little bit loose, and with use it became very loose. That's a possibility. The drill's warm but not overly hot. Smells warm but not burnt. Don't know what the smoke was about before. It was letting out a little bit of smoke. Remains to be seen. Flip him around and see about tightening him. Alright, let's give it another run now. I've tightened everything up. See how she behaves this time. Not real happy with the shavings that are coming out, but I guess it's got potential. And knock them out. See how central they look. Should be a lot better now. He's not quite centre, but he's off centre too. Yeah, standing wood, he's a bit warm. Oh, stand him up there, and you've got to zoom in on him. Everyone can see for themselves. Okay, there he is there. Close to the centre, but even by eye you can tell he's off. And that was with the guide. I was quite happy that the guide was resting dead centre on the pilot hole. When I locked it down, something's still moving. Certainly not drilling as good as a high quality mag drill. This puts it in the crap quality, not worth using so far. This video is long enough now, so I'm going to end it here. But I haven't given up yet. I'm going to do another video with some more tests, just to see if it's something I'm doing or if it's inherent in the drill and is as bad as it seems. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for more. I'll post the next part of this video in a week.